Right, I have something that barely constitutes a quiz for us all to play. Okay, so Toby, can you put on the title of the game, please? The title of the game is Link the Thing to the Thing. There are going to be 5 pictures of people, and you need to link them to the thing that is underneath. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one, shall we? Okay. Oh, sorry. These are the 5 things that you need to link the people to. Okay. Oh, sorry, Helen. Okay. Can we have the first thing, please? This is Margot Robbie. Who? Are you sure that Margot Robbie? Even Helen said Margot Robbie. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah. Who thinks that she's possibly a Doctor Who thing? No. Indiana Jones. She's probably going to be the new Indiana Jones. Sorry. Yes, yeah, I suppose so. But what would you associate her with? I think. Let's. Are you correct? It was Barbie. Well done. Oh dear. Okay. Right. What's our next one, please, Toby? Right. Charlie D'Amelio. Is that how you say her name? That's not Dixie. That's Charlie, isn't it? I'd get confused between the two of them because they're basically clones. Well, with that face, yeah, possibly. Okay, so Charlie D'Amelio. Who knows who this girl is? Who doesn't know who this girl is? Yep, that's definitely a generational thing. Okay, so what do you think she's known for? Which of the things? She's known for dancing, but where did she get famous? She didn't get famous on Fortnite. Indiana Jones and the TikTok of Doom or something, yeah? Okay, well, some of you said it already, but let's see. Oh, it was TikTok. Oh, for bonus points, what was TikTok? What did TikTok used to be called before it became massive? No? Does anybody know? That's so close. Musically, yeah. I thought you said music-y. All right. Let's move on before there's an actual fight. Okay. Harrison Ford is known for his TikTok dances, his cameo in Doctor Who. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, that was. Let's have a look, see if you were right. You're right, it was Indiana Jones. Well done. Okay, next one then. Let's have a look. Oh, Jenna Ortega, famous for that face. So, and this is a bit awful because actually we're getting to the last two. So what do you reckon it is? Doctor Who on Wednesday? Yes, she's famous for TikTok. No, for Wednesday. That was a genuine mistake. Okay, and the last one. Well, I think it's going to be obviously, but David Tennant is forever in his whole life going to be associated with Broadchurch. No, it is. Although there is a Doctor Who Barbie link. The next slide, please, Toby. Is we've all done association. Okay, when we looked at those things, I bet even before that we would kind of go there, we would recognise that we would associate those things. So David Tennant, very, very synonymous with Doctor Who. From now on, when you look at Margot Robbie, she'll probably never do anything bigger than the Barbie movie. You know, Charlie D'Amelio made TikTok massive. Yeah, but I'll tell you another. There's also another association. Let's just put that last one on the screen. Okay, if we see a dog collar, we're going to think of church. Okay, all of these associations. It's not a very good picture, is it? You know, on the small screen, it looks a lot better. It's not actually Graham. I haven't zoomed in on the picture of Graham. No. Yes. Maybe I'm not sure if the Church of England is associated with double chins. I really don't know. Anyway, association is something we do. Okay. So association is important. But I want to read out some Bible to you. So Toby, if you want to put the scripture on the screen, please, that would be great. So what we've done last time, we looked at what happened before Jesus was born. We're going to skip right past the birth. And we're going to go into something else. Okay. So this is the boy Jesus at the temple. Every year, Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the festival of the Passover. When he was 12 years old, they went up to the festival according to the custom. After the festival was over, while his parents were returning home, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem, but they were unaware of it. Thinking he was in their company, they travelled on for a day. Then they began looking for him among their relatives and friends. When they did not find him, they went back to Jerusalem to look for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple courts, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. Everyone who heard him was amazed at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished. His mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us like this? Your father and I have been anxiously searching for you." Why were you searching for me? He asked. Did you not know I had to be in my Father's house? Okay, so Jesus is 12. Who's 12? You're 12 and a bit more, Toby. Okay? But, so who's nearly 12? Who used to be 12? That should be everybody else. Okay, right? But I don't want us to brush over what's going on here, okay? This is a little bit like a 12-year-old having a conversation, having a deep technical insight to particle physics while talking to a scientist. That's the level of what was going on here. Jesus was astonishing people who had been studying the Bible, the Old Testament, for decades and decades and decades. And what I learned today, this is quite interesting. The first recorded words chronologically of Jesus speaking was telling us his intent. Right? Around 12 years old, males would begin to be apprenticed by their father into their line of work. Jesus was saying it's no different from me. Right? At 12, I'm being apprenticed into my Father's work, being salvation. That's what Jesus is saying here. I am going to be about my Father's business. Jesus shows us it's never too early to follow him. Right? We know of people in the church who have given their lives to Jesus at a very young age. And it's about knowing the Father, which Jesus did, but by living by the Spirit too. But this is the important thing. It's the association that Jesus has. He's to be about his Father's business. That's what it says in the ESV and the KJV, that we have to be about the Father's business. He found himself in the place of worship, talking with other godly leaders and showing his true colours. So that begs the question, do we associate ourselves in the Father's business? If I was to go into your schools and colleges, to your families, and to people that know you, and I ask them, who does X and Y associate with? How do you associate them? Would their answer be Jesus? That's quite a challenge, right? And that's not just a challenge for you, that's a challenge for me too. That's a challenge for all of us. Would the people that know us go, oh, they're Christians, they follow Christ? Is that association obvious? What is mind-boggling is that Jesus did the associating first with something more important. He associated with us. And it's a little bit like us associating with the most disgusting person that you can think of. Because that's what it's like. God, perfect. Right? God, perfect. Above it all, then goes, oh, those people who wanted to be separate, who wanted to do their own thing, who didn't want to be in my protection and my love, I'm actually going to go and associate with them. Because remember, that God made us in his image, and then Jesus incarnated in ours. That's mental. That is mental when you think about that. That God there was no compulsion of law or anything to say, I have to do this, but Jesus chose to do it anyway. And that's why Jesus died on the cross, to take away the separation between us and the Father. That was the Father's business. The whole business of God is trying to get us back to him. Association is important. Another thing that association is baptism. Now, when I talk about baptism, there is an element where I am talking about the physical immersion, but I'm talking about the meaning of baptism, which means full immersion. I'm not talking about water, I'm talking about Jesus. Yes, we should be baptized because Jesus commanded it, if we're followers of him. But think about it, what do we do? Who was a recent person? It's you were this year as well. It was the beginning of the year, and Ash. What happened physically with those three people this year is that we killed them and then we resurrected them, symbolically. Okay, we didn't actually kill anyone, we didn't actually do any resurrecting. But what baptism does is that it immerses you not only into Christ's death, it immerses you into Christ's resurrection. The new life. The old is done away with, the new is come. Right? That's the association. Jesus associated with us to take our sin. Then shows us a new association. When we die to ourselves, we can associate with him in his resurrection, a new life, a new way of thinking, a way of forgiveness, a way of identifying as well. That's another word we could use, identifying with his suffering, but identifying with his life. I tell you what, I want to be associated with Jesus' death and with his life. I want to be about the Father's business because that business is awesome. It's scary, it's hard, but it's something that I think is incredibly important. And my question for you and between you and God is, do you?